Hey everybody, it's Merkel, and today I want to talk more about the banning of players in WoW, because I made that video about the players getting suspended for abusing the AP exploit, and I could not believe how much players were willing to defend cheaters, to defend scammers, whatever you want to call them, exploiters, bug abusers, whatever you want to call them. I couldn't believe that people were willing to defend them so much. And I'm just going to go over a couple of the things, the arguments made by the offenders in that video. Maybe not necessarily offenders, but whoever was watching it. So, let's go over, I'm going to say, the number one argument. They said, it's Blizzard's fault. Blizzard's fault, the bug was in the game. Blizzard's fault. How dare they ban people because it was Blizzard's fault. You're right. You are 100% right. I'm not going to deny it. Blizzard's fault, the bug was in the game. Really is. Nobody else's fault. Blizzard let that bug be in the game. How dare Blizzard? I can't think of a game in the past decade that doesn't have any kind of bugs in it. I can't think of a bug-free game. Hell, half the games that EA produces are pretty much just one big bug. And they still sell them to people in the millions, okay? Every game has bugs. The developers can't fix those if they don't know they exist. Sure, they try and try and try to find every bug, but in any company, with any game, they rely on the help of the players to find these bugs. Again, they can't fix them if they don't know they're there. If I told you that there was one broken needle in a stack of 10 million needles, it's going to be pretty hard to find that broken needle, okay? Because you got to dig through a bunch of stuff, and if you accidentally touch something, it's going to really hurt something else. That's my example, right? You're going to get stabbed if you accidentally tamper with anything else because the other needles are going to poke the shit out of you while you're trying to find the one broken needle. So, yes, you're right. It's Blizzard's fault. They try their best. I'm not fanboying them. I'm just defending them because there is no other company I can think of that doesn't have a bug in their game at all. That's why hackers are able to get to where they point there. Number two, they said they shouldn't have punished the people. They should have just removed their artifact power and let them go about their way. They should have just said, forget it, and kept moving. Right? If you do that. If they didn't remove the artifact power, right? They did. They issued the bans. They removed the artifact power. All that was done. But if they didn't issue a ban, and all they did was remove the artifact power. Okay? That means that if you ever come across a bug in the future, hey, exploit it. Hey, go ahead and try it as much as possible. Try and cheat your way as much as you can, because the worst punishment is they're only going to reverse whatever you cheated for. Hey, you managed to get 1,000,000 gold, but maybe you'll get away with it, because you're not going to get punished other than that 1,000,000 gold taken away. So why not try and abuse every bug you can find? Because guess what? The worst has happened as a re-roll. Sorry. Think of, I don't want to compare it to real life scenarios. I don't. But this is the only way that maybe people can understand this. If a hacker exploits a bug to rob a bank, because similar scenario, they just found an accidental loophole in the game and decide to exploit it, just like a hacker might exploit a little tiny loophole in a bank's security system, allowing them to transfer all the money to their account. So they get 10 million bucks, whatever they steal. I'm just using random scenarios. They managed to get 10 million bucks. Well, they end up getting caught. So they're caught, right? You're telling me you'd be perfectly fine with that guy just saying, oh, here's the 10 million back. I promise I won't do it again. And just letting him walk, right? No, he's going to get punished for stealing $10 million, even if he gives it back. because they don't want to encourage him to try it again, because maybe next time he gets away with the 10 million. That guy just robbed something and got away with it. So, I mean, you're encouraging the player to try and exploit again if you don't punish them in some way or form. Right? That's what I'm trying to say. And in the end, I mean, Blizzard can ban you for whatever they feel like. I know everybody ignores the terms of service when you start, but if you get really bored sometimes, maybe go over it. I'm going to go over the key factors here that I feel like people should know about while playing. So I'm just going to click over here. I got the terms of services open. And here you go. No ownership rights in account. Notwithstanding anything contrary herein, you acknowledge and agree that you shall have no ownership or other property interest in any account stored or hosted on Blizzard system, including without limitation any BNet account or World of Warcraft account. And you further acknowledge and agree that all rights to such accounts shall and forever be owned by inner to benefit of Blizzard. That account is only yours as long as you're not doing something wrong on it. But Blizzard still technically owns your accounts. You don't own anything that you do while you play. It is all completely owned by Blizzard. So guess what? You're not allowed to use it to cheat because Blizzard doesn't encourage that, so they don't want you to. But let's keep going. Account suspension / deletion. Blizzard may suspend, terminate, modify, or delete any Battle.net account or World of Warcraft account at any time for any reason or no reason, with or without notice to you. For purposes and explanations, not limitations, most account suspensions, terminations, and deletions are a result of this violations or terms of use or the ULA. Now, what does that mean? Blizzard can decide to just delete your account if they hate you. If they just don't like you that day, if you're a total twat and they just don't like you, they could delete it. And they are perfectly within their rights to delete, ban, terminate, whatever they feel like. They own your account. You do not own your account. So guess what? You agreed that you're okay with them deleting it. If you don't like it, don't play Blizzard games. I mean, you're agreeing. Now, are they going to do that? Absolutely not. They're a for-money company. They want as many players playing as possible because they're getting paid based on their subscription fees. People buying expansions. They make money as long as players are playing. No, they're not going to delete your account because they hate you. They can hate you as much as they want, but they're only going to delete you if you're ruining somebody else's experience. Now, the final thing that I want to show you, the code of conduct. There's a lot of things in here, but I like the rules related to gameplay. Now, it says here that normal gameplay, like if you get spawn camped at a graveyard or something, is normal gameplay. So a high level player can camp you all day and you can't whine a bitch because that's part of the gameplay, right? Nonetheless, certain acts go beyond what is fair and are considered serious violations of the terms of use. Those acts include, but are not necessarily limited to, the following. Using or exploiting errors in design, features which have not been documented, and or program bugs to gain access that is otherwise not available or to obtain a competitive advantage over other players. Competitive advantage. If my artifact weapon does 5% more damage than your artifact weapon because I exploited a bug, would that not be considered a competitive advantage? In any case, I'm not fanboying. I'm simply appalled that people are okay with cheating. I play a lot of other games, right? And I would be, if somebody exploited a bug to get way past me, I'd be perfectly fine if that account got permabanned. But maybe I'm a little harsh, right? Like, that's just, to me, is extremely unfair, and I don't see how people do not understand that Blizzard is trying to, in their best interest, keep the game's integrity as good as it can be. right? Obviously there's botters, obviously there's cheaters, obviously there's gold sellers. But they try their best to level out all this and keep the integrity as clean as possible. But I guess people don't like that. So whatever. Just wanted to share again my opinion. You know, feel free to defend him more in the comments. I'm sure there'll be somebody down there. And I'm sure there'll be a lot of people that agree with him. But thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.